Hey, Facebook Live. So I just want to give it a second. Oh, I got gum. Sorry. I keep forgetting. What's up? Hey, Facebook Live. Appreciate you taking your time to watch this. Of course, like the great Jay-Z said, you can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate it. So welcome to Daily Motivation, 365 days of consistency and motivating, because that's what I love to do, and to encourage or inspire others to do what they need to do to practice their skills and their art form on a daily basis. Now, today I want to talk about something that really hit me this morning. I was doing a meditation, and the concept really hit me that let your crisis become your blessing. Because every time, the Chinese word for crisis is opportunity. And every time there's a crisis, there's an opportunity waiting to be taken and waiting to happen. And something hit me a few months ago. I left my industry. I was a project manager for a construction company, and I was a project engineer for many years prior. And finally, I left the industry because it just wasn't conducive to the personality and the person that I am and the dreams that I want to manifest. And I remember when I left the job, I was worried. I was scared because I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know where the income was going to come in, but I just followed my gut. My gut told me, Rich, this is time to leave. It's time to go. And so I quit and I left. And I remembered something amazingly is I started teaching kids from home online how to speak English. Kids from Korea and foreign countries such as that. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I don't know how well this is going to go. I just had like one student here, two students there, and it was very, very scary. But the funniest thing is you just don't know what's going to happen in life. After this whole situation, many of those kids had to stay home. So guess who they wanted to teach them English as they stood home? This guy. So that crisis of not knowing of what's going to happen ended up becoming a blessing because now I get tons and tons of students trying to come and take my class. So having a home-based business actually ended up being beneficial for me. I remember when I first told my mother, hey, I'm going to teach kids from home online, she started laughing. She's like, well, that's, where are you going to find a real job? I said, I don't want a real job. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do things on my own basis and on my own time. And I don't want any restrictions. I don't want anyone telling me what to do. And she said, okay, Rich, well, I hope it works out. And it ended up working out. And the same thing for my wife is she was working at home. She had a home base. She used to have a studio, but she started to do her home-based business because she was paying rent at the studio and also rent at home. And so we said, it makes no sense to pay rent in two places. Let's pay rent in one place, turn the house into a studio, so that way you can operate out the home. And you have control of your operation. Nobody can tell you what to do. She's the same way like me. She doesn't like being told what to do. She likes to have it her way. And so she did that, and I remember one of her clients kind of made like a snarky remark as if she was going backwards. And she was saying, hey, it's nice that you have a home studio, but let me know if you ever need a storefront. And she said, okay, no problem, I'll let you know if I ever need it. And she decided not to need it. And many storefronts and people are feeling the heat at this moment that they can't have people coming in. People are not showing up. But since she's only one person, and she always shades the house, she has a bunch of crystals, and she just has a good vibe, people say, if I go there, I'm not going to get sick. Jazz is always clean. She always cleans her area. She makes sure everything's clean. She makes me wash my hands. And so her business has not took a hit. You see what I'm saying? Her business actually is steady while others been taking a hit. And before, she was thinking, man, did I make a mistake having a home-based business? And now it turned out to be a blessing. So there's blessings in crises. If you are following your gut and you're making decisions based on faith versus fear, it will always guide you to the right place and circumstance and the place you need to be in your life. Only if you follow your gut and you make your decisions based on faith versus based on the fear of something happening. When I left my job, I had the fear, but I had the faith to trust. Every day, every morning I have a prayer. Lord, please guide me to the right decisions, to where I want to go. Please guide me to the right decisions of where I want to go. And every time I do that, no matter what's happening around me, everything turns out to be a blessing at some form. Napoleon Hill said this, that every negative has a seed of something positive. Everything bad carries a seed of something good. And everything good carries a seed of something bad. So many people have taken the hit after they're thinking, hey, having a home-based business is ridiculous. Having a home-based business is stupid. You know, you need a storefront, and they still have an old school mentality, while others keep seeing into the future, 10, 15 steps ahead. And then life happens, and they're already prepared for it because they took steps in faith versus in fear. So if you're struggling right now, or things are not working out, or you're feeling the heat, and you might be a little bit more fearful lately, think about, switch the mindset to how can this be a blessing? Oh, that was worth the price of admission. If you could just do that. Look at a crisis and say, where's the blessing in this? You know, something hit us the other day that was kind of was not good news, but I start to think, okay, what is the blessing in this? All right, this is going to make me grind more. Okay, so I don't have a cushion, right, that I thought I was going to have. All right, so now I got to push even harder. But that push harder, who knows what that's going to lead to? You're always being guided if you allow yourself to be guided. If you stop making decisions based on your analytics, based on the fears, based on people's percentages, and you do it because it feels good. I remember the first time I met Les Brown, and I saw him on stage at Get Motivated, and he said, you know, I want people to sign up for my institute. And at the time, it was about $5,000. I didn't have $5,000. I didn't have $5,000 to my name. But every cell in my being started vibrating. I started to shake. Everything in me said, Rich, if you don't get up and sign those papers, I'm going to kill you. I need you to get up, go to the back of the room, and sign those papers. But I'm like, I don't have the money, though. See, my analytical side of my brain said, but Rich, I don't have the money. But my faith brain side, don't worry about it. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Do this now. And I did it. And I did it, and everything worked out. It ended up being a blessing. The struggle of trying to get that $5,000 made me smarter, made me grind harder, made me push more, made me think a little bit better, made me be better at managing my money. And so I ended up doing it, and I got the certificate to prove it. But that crisis ended up being a blessing. Why? Because I started looking at it in a faith base versus a fear base. So if you can make that shift, to say, where is the blessing in this crisis? Where is the blessing in this crisis? Where's the gem I'm supposed to grab? And focus on that, you'll get it. But if you focus on the struggle and on the pain and on the fear and on your analytical mind, I don't know where I'm going to get the money, I don't know where this thing's going to come from, you start blocking out the blessing because you're not letting the thoughts penetrate your mind to tell you and guide you to exactly where you need to go and how to handle all situations. Not just this one, not just one you're facing now, but all situations. You're being guided, but only if you could allow it. That's my message for today. This is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me. Either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. I need to shave a little bit. You know, I've been grinding, so I'm a little muggy, a little rough. Hey Jazz, hey Donal. Sorry if I didn't shout you guys out. Sue. Sometimes I can't see who's watching, but I do appreciate you taking your time to watch this. And I hope this message served you well. If it does, please share it. Please like it. Please comment. And we'll share these daily motivations because we all need it. I need it as much as I give it out. And I give it out because I need it as much. So I thank all of you. Appreciate it. Love is love. Jazz, thank you for the love. And remember, this crisis, anything that you're going through in your own life has the seed of a blessing. But only if you can listen to your gut and your heart and your soul. Appreciate it. Love is love. Namaste.